I hate cockroaches. There is literally no redeeming quality to this bug. Without a doubt, I would rather deal with an ant problem than a cockroach problem. Now, you may be wondering why. Why do I hate them enough to make a video about that? Well, here's why. For one, cockroaches are in a very bothersome middle class. They're not small enough for you to not notice like ants, but they're also not really dangerous. At least not super dangerous like other bugs that could be lethal. This allows them to be a really creepy and annoying problem because they're invading your living quarters and ruining your house or apartment and just startling you with their terrifying features. And you can try anything. You can try raid, roach traps, cleaning, they always find a way to come out of nowhere. And don't even think about crushing one because that just sends out their pheromones to other roaches who will now stick around more than they were already going to. And because you can't ever see where they hide, because they're usually hiding inside your walls, they'll probably also reproduce a lot, which means you're going to have them around for quite a while. And what makes this worse is while again they're not super dangerous immediately, they do tend to carry bacteria and other harmful matters. They're big fans of humid and wasteful things, including, what can be found in your bathroom. So if they're commonly in your kitchen, that's kind of a problem if they're carrying that bacteria. And there's a reason why restaurants can be shut down for health inspections where cockroaches can be found. And what's the absolute scariest part about roaches? Well, they're nocturnal, so they'll likely be the most active when you are sleeping. It is super possible that you're asleep and a roach is in your room while you're sleeping. And this happened to me once in a really terrifying way. A couple of years ago, when I was getting into bed one night, I was a few minutes into sleeping and I felt something moving in between my blankets. And when I touched it, it moved upward. So I got my phone, turned on the flashlight, and then lifted up the top blanket, and it was a cockroach. And what really made this horrifying was this was a rather big one. And when I flashed my light at it, it moved its mouth looking right at me. I never jumped out of bed so fast before. I got it on the floor, I grabbed the shoe, and I viciously beat the living shit out of that thing for about 2 minutes. Which, again, don't do because remember the pheromones. And this was the first time something like that had ever happened, and I'm still paranoid going to sleep each night. Like, I triple check my bed and my sheets because of this. I don't know how many of you have seen Breaking Bad, but in Breaking Bad, there is this scam organization called Vominos Pest Control. It's like a group of guys who they pretend to be like a pest control company that fumigates houses, and what they do is when they're tarping the house, they identify the locks, and then they come back later on after they do the job to like rob the houses. Unironically, if given the option to have my house like rid of all of these cockroaches, but I also knew that it was going to be robbed, I would tell them, listen, you can rob my house if you get rid of every single one of these. It is a good trade off. It's a good trade off. It is worth getting rid of these things. Like I'm honestly, like, like I'm actually serious. Like that is just they're so like they're almost they feel impossible to defeat. It's the craziest thing. And stuff like this is why cockroaches suck, and I just don't like them. Yeah. So I just wanted to rant about that. I'll have a better script next time.